Deus Volt, my fellow gamers. So today is a little bit different. As a gamer, we have, butterfly tendencies. We flicker back and forth. I've always been a modeler though, and a huge Yoda fan. Of course, I was around when Star Wars originally released in theaters. I was just around, but I was around. And so the original trilogy has a special place in my heart. And I just love Yoda. And I don't like the hardcore Yoda that's got his lightsaber out and he's flipping around doing crazy stuff. I like the old, venerable, like almost Sun Tzu Yoda. And it's my taste. It's who I am, kind of. So I like this one. And I always knew, and I always, in high school and all that good stuff, I would debate people. I'm like, okay, you know what, Darth Vader's cool and all, but if you walked in the same room as Yoda, Yoda would just force crush him into nothing and flick him away. But doing that would take away Luke and his learning moments and all that good stuff. So there you go. Yoda, he's just awesome. And plus, this has food involved in it. Yoda's hut, cooking food. It's awesome. Everybody loves food. But I felt that a video needed to be done on this kit itself because it is massive. It's giant kit, my size, and I've got a fairly decent sized man hand. And, it's this massive kit. I didn't think it was going to be this big. So I have already, this was in shrink wrap, okay? But I couldn't wait because it looked like someone had shot this thing. But there's a reason for that. Okay, we'll open it up. Very excited for this gigantic kit. And I'll show you the reason for the hole. Is this thing the top of Yoda's hut? And it didn't get hurt at all. Now, this is where smoke was coming out of it. In Dagobah, if you look at the original videos and stuff, the film, smoke comes out of this chimney. There is no hole here, so I'm going to probably do something about that. Me being a miniature artist, with models and whatnot, I want to do things to this. I want to put in LED lights and all that good stuff, but we will see. So this is the top portion. This is the business end of the hut. It's not as big as the one in the movie, of course. You're not going to expect that. And I'm just taking off this big, most of that popped off by itself. I'm not going to be a Neanderthal and rip it off with my fingers, but I didn't. I just want to get it off. So you got places for Yoda and Luke to sit. You've got his little dinner table, which oddly enough is at the very front. It fits okay. It's not seamless. This is meant to be popped on and off, so you can see the inside. You're not going to paint all this stuff without seeing it. But, all these snakes can go in here if they want to. Yoda's got to do something better, but he's a force master. He can just pick them up with the force and throw them out of these windows if he wants to. So you got a backside that's open here. Now this is as much as what I've looked at was just that big set there. That's as much as what I've looked at. So you have my boy here, Yoda, chilling. The sculpt on the face is good. The sculpt on the body is not so good. It's okay. It looks like he's uncomfortable even in his own house. But yeah, we're going to deal with it. The little cowl tag on his ear too, that's going to go away. But he's a front and back part kind of guy, 2-part mold, 2-part kit. He's very hollow. What's odd is that he didn't get the back of his feet. So there, it's just the back of the legs there. So very, very odd. I think actually he's supposed to be sitting on top of the stump. That's back there. That's what it looks like. He's going to probably sit right there. I'm not sure. I haven't even really looked at the instructions. You got this bit here. And I'm just taking my side cutters. These are old Tamiya sharp side cutters. One half is snapped the tip off, as you can see. and I just use it for rough cutting. Actually, what happened with these is they just fell down on my my chair mat, the hard mat that roller chairs go on, fell down into it and snapped off. And they've been with me for a hot minute. I did buy another set. They're not as good as God Hands, but they are super nice. I also do Gundam kits and stuff like that too. So these are a must. God Hands, I think, you could buy 2 of these for 1 pair of God Hands. I think just buy 2 of these and you're good. So here's a little pot with something in it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to ignore that. I'll paint the inside of the pot like a brown or a green or something, or a combination of both, because Luke was not too happy when he was eating that stew. So I'm gonna fill that up with resin and maybe have some chunky bits in there. We're gonna make that look cool. And that's an eventual type deal. Sorry, I wish I was like Plasmo, which, I would get these kits and then all of a sudden show you them completed. But I'm not. I'm low-tech dude here. This piece here. Perfect fit there. Okay, so that's the back side. Got a little stew pot there. And our front side. So yeah, that's it all enclosed. It kind of looks like a head of some critter. It's like a pig's nose, just all these different windows. It might be, I'd have to watch the original movies again. Ow! Face right off. But yeah, that's it, all enclosed. It has another section here, which I'm interested to get out. It's this piece here. See here, that's snapped in there. Very positive, very, very positive, very deep tips that go into there. A very positive snap. This front piece though is clearly meant to be removed. It's got very shallow nipples in there, so I wonder. Okay, so you could close that off, have a okay, so I guess it's meant to give depth if you're looking on this side, like maybe there's other rooms here. Maybe this little section is Yoda's bedroom or something. But I think that they made this, it would almost be perfect to put an LED light back here. Well, maybe not, because you can see it in the windows on the outside. Maybe we can figure something out to give this some light. I don't know, like, an ideal place would be up here in the chimney, have an LED there and pop it down, but decisions. But this is, it's just a massive model. And you know what I could do, since this back part is supposed to be a permanent fixture, I could put the light in here and you wouldn't be able to see it too very well from these. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Anyway, let's get to the rest of the kit. So here, another character I'm very fond of, I think a lot of people are, R2-D2. So he's going to be a weathering just genius, because he was eaten up by that swamp monster, whatever that thing was, and spit out. So I'm gonna put all kinds of green gunk and funk on him. It's gonna be wonderful. We got this gigantic anaconda looking thing. And I already saw from a little bit of pictures and stuff, he goes right there, right on top of the house. Kind of a creepy dinner guest, or depending on where you live and what you're used to, that could be dinner. So I think this block here is one of the levitating pieces that, part of Luke's camp. And then they've got this rod here. I'm not sure. We're gonna figure it out. So one part snapped off on its own. The back of Luke Skywalker. Actually, his shirt is textured. That's nice. This is an older kit, so it's not, super, super awesome. But it is a texture, which is cool. It's very cool. All right, well, this is the rest of Luke. That's where his back popped off. The hand is a little bit odd. I'm not gonna lie about that. A little bit odd. They got Mark Hamill's face pretty good though. Pretty good looking Mark Hamill there. And then his legs. So, it's interesting. His shirt. Yeah, this is odd. Okay, so his shirt looks like it could be a TIE fighter pilot shirt, side pockets and all that good stuff. But his bottom half is clearly, it's got some kind of knee pad going on, but the shoes, they look just like his training outfit from Dagobah. Like when he's running around in the muck and stuff with Yoda on his back. This is what he's wearing. They don't look like, the big old nice boots from X-Wing pilots. But again, I'd have to check back to make sure. Yeah, I guess, man, that mold line running right across all those fingers, that's going to be me carving and adding more detail back into it. Oh, there's a plate here or something. Some kind of a top to something. And yes, 4 more snakes. Yoda does live in a swamp world. Man, 4 more snakes, and they are not small. And then there's something else in here too. Okay, here's a plate. It looks like a bit of a steak. Piece of meat there. Of course, me being a miniature enthusiast, I'm not going to leave it as one slab of steak there. I'll put like maybe some Brussels sprouts or something on the side. We'll find something like some squiggly worms or something like that to put on this plate. We're going to make that look nice. So we have maybe the top to that one crate, and then this, which looks like a flower box. We're going to put, I think, this other piece right here was the top to that. Bingo. All right, it doesn't even want to let go of it. Perfect fit. Let me see here. Oh yeah, perfect. Let me just. Ew, I hate it when it rips. Oh, I don't like the nubs. Don't like the nubs. I'll have to X-Acto knife that away, but pretty nice little container, plates of food. You do have some AMT stuff. This is a color chart. So you have dark ghost gray, gunship, silver, steel, orange, brown, gold, yellow. Okay, so this is a color chart. So maybe what they have in here is, it'll tell you some things. This is if you want to subscribe to their magazine. No, thank you. Snap action. So yeah, very, very basic, as you would expect. Okay, that piece does slot in there, as I thought. Snakes go everywhere. So yes, their color chart here, see how it's OCO? So, they'll have how they want you to color it. If you think this one snake is too daggone colors, you're mistaken. This is kind of a joke. I guess they made this for new modelers and whatnot, but this snake's probably like 14 colors. That's just how it is. Okay, good. Oh, and the bar goes inside R2-D2. Oh, it's an actuating bar. It makes his legs fit or be able to rotate. It makes him be able to move. That's interesting. And it's nice. I was worried about these feet here. When you look at it, they're just exposed. They're just like, just exposed. So it's good that they gave you the other side of them because his body doesn't cover the whole thing. So it's good that they gave you the other side. Oh, nope. Ha ha ha, got me. This is his short, small front foot. These are still going to be exposed. That sucks. I wonder. I think what I'm going to have to do is take some plastic card and block that off, make it not hollow. All these little pieces. This might be some foam. I have some Woodland Scenics. It's like a modeling foam stuff. It's like foam putty is what they call it, and it is awesome. So I'm going to put some foam putty in here. This might be a piece of plastic card, and even on this side too, just plastic card, just to make it look like he's not hollow. Because everybody loves R2-D2, and he should be taken good care of. I actually like, he's a fairly chunky model. I really like how he looks, and he's gonna look even better with mud and ew all over him. I can't wait. Do the streaking and stuff. It's gonna be awesome. So, yep, and then the two lids. Yeah, we got that. The house is looking good. And then a finished product, yeah. Kind of a finished product. So he fits on, okay, so that's where R2 goes. And he's got one shallow, one deep. Oh, it's interesting. But it looks as if the bar, this tube here, goes through here, and you can put the feet up. Yeah, and it's a very, very deep peg that goes in there. And I bet you, if you're wise, you do not glue the cylinder so that, you can actually move his back legs around. His front foot is stationary. It just glues straight into the square slot there. But everything else, his back legs can move. And maybe that's if you wanted, like how he has that cute little motion where he peaks. He goes up and peaks a little bit. And I think that's why these legs are tilted as such. So you can actually do the peaking motion. So really cool that they built that into this model. They don't elaborate it in the instructions. Okay, so that's one cool little thing to look out for. And yeah, with his feet at the angle doing the tippy toe, that's exactly what he's meant to do. Just for that little bit of flavor that makes it oh so nice. This is really cool. I'm very, very happy that they did that. So this is a big model. I've seen some really good work done on it, but I've never seen it to scale. It's a giant stinking model. And maybe I think it's giant because I'm used to working with miniatures, but it's gonna be very cool. It's gonna be really cool to do that. I wonder why. Well, maybe it just gives the model some depth, like there could be more in there. Yeah, Yoda's hut. I've got a bunch of stuff, Dagobah type stuff. Recently, Lego put out the new version, the Disney version of his hut. I've got the original Lego version of it too, and of course I've got the Micro Machine versions of them and whatnot. And I think this is really great. I have another Yoda kit coming, and I know this one's fairly large. But this is it's pretty awesome. The one thing I don't care for is the actual Yoda. The face is great, but that body sculpt is poop. And where's his staff? I'm gonna scratch build his staff and lean it up against the wall or something in here. Yeah, we're gonna scratch build that. Let me see. I know that this guy is gonna take some putty around the edges. It's just, it is what it is. Oh, come here, you wobbly thing. Get that out of my face. That sprue gate is terrible. Oh, I'll get you. There we go. Okay, so it does snap together. All right, he's supposed to be sitting on something cylindrical, I think. Yeah, with this back post, it's 100% that stump. Now, this back post is nice because I'm going to clip it with an alligator clip. I've got a little thing down yonder for my airbrushing, all those little alligator clips. So that's going to be nice. Let me grab one here. So this is something that the Gundam guys do. Yeah, I might put some tape around it or something. But you have this nice long skewer. It's a bamboo skewer. People use them for kebabs or whatever else. But you can airbrush your butt off. Just get him right. Airbrush his clothes, airbrush his skin, and you know, that takes a lot of the work out. I do all my finishing with brushes, so he's not going to be pure airbrush, but I mean, you do have to deal with this mold line, of course the cow tag on his ear, and just, I don't know, maybe freshen up some of the lines on his face. These models, like the hair, it's not that detailed, it's not that nice. But what you would do is you would paint that green anyway and just pick out fine hairs because he's super thinning. You know, I'm actually surprised that they did his hair so long because he was actually fairly short-haired. Yeah, that's odd. But he is sitting up against his house on the side. Let's see how much space he takes up. Not much. He's Yoda. Hey, dude, you're drunk. Okay. So I don't want to punch him in there because it's a fairly aggressive nub, and I want that to do things with it. But that's how he sits. And then, of course, Luke sits there. Yeah, interesting. He does look fairly uncomfortable. Oh, you know what? There's a sting on stick. Look, he's holding the thing. There's the big curled piece, though. But, you know, he's holding it right there. I thought that was his toe originally, but yeah, that's his stick. And everybody knows that when he walks into his house, he puts his stick up. I might, you know, dang it, I might carve that out, make that his toe, carve that out, and just have his stick leaning up against someplace. I don't know. Depends on how froggy I'm feeling. Because it's not nice. I mean, I could model the curly hook coming out from his hand or something. But I don't like how they did that. Very flat, he's got a whole nother part to his stick. That's terrible. He's doing a little Yoda poop. Okay, anyway. Should end it on that. All right, thanks a lot for sticking around. Hopefully I can show you guys this thing when it's done, because I'm excited for this kit. It lets me play with earth tones and weathering effects. This is going to be a lot of fun. Actually, it's going to be a lot of fun. So you guys take it easy. Carry liaison.